Hi Leo, this is Kay. You're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your reading. Let's begin. So what does Archangel Michael want you to know today, Leo? Please like and subscribe, and I hope you're doing well. Okay, you are going to be keeping the faith. Keep the faith. That's card number 26, which is 8. And 8 to me is about prosperity and abundance. So keeping the faith about how you're going to be moving forward in a big way, because elephants are quite big and powerful, in a big way towards your abundance. Okay, keeping the faith, Leo. All right, let's get some more information from the major arcana. By the way, I do pick a card readings on Sundays, Sunday evening, on my sister channel, Soul Seekers Tarot. You might want to be check it out for a pick a card reading. The Emperor we've got. I'm not asking anybody, said Eeyore. I'm just telling everybody. We can look for the North Pole or we can play. Here we go gathering nuts and May with the end part of an ant's nest. It's all the same to me. Okay, yeah. Structure, stability, rules, and power. Yeah, moving forward in a big way. There we go. Let's get some clarification from a tarot. All right. Excuse me, you got 9 of Wands by the looks of it. Yeah, 9 of Wands. So 9 of Wands is like, you know, the wounded warrior energy. And let me see if I can read the very light colored print. It is perseverance, resilience, I don't know, something of faith. There's a testing of faith, I think, testing of faith, the final push, boundaries, last stand, grit, chose to close to success, and fatigue. I'll tell you, it's just so light writing, and then I pretty much need to have a magnifying glass now. So yeah, there's a test of faith here by the looks of it. So keeping the faith. We got double mention of faith here. Leo, Leo, Leo. Let's find out what the Lenormand has to say for you. Ship, number 3. Number 3 is communication. You got ship. This is traveling. This is actually traveling. This is going somewhere on a ship or airplane. Okay, Leo. Let's get some tarot to find out what this story really is about. What area of your life are we talking about here? 7 of Swords. There's some sneaky stuff going on. Perhaps it was an altruistic energy of trying to prevent a loss of some kind. Okay. Knight of Wands. Okay, more sneaky energy. Wow, the 7 of Swords with the Knight of Wands, that is like the quintessential partnering up of energy that is not, it's, you know, not in the most positive light, that's for sure. Queen of Wands, and then you got this one here. Queen of Wands could be either in the upright Queen of Wands, somebody who is take charge, take control, and quite moves forward boldly where no other man has gone before, and is able to you know, stand up for herself, to be respected by others, because she's a doer. She's somebody that shows, like when she says something, she does it. She's not the type of person that says, I'm going to fight this cause and then doesn't, you know. So she's always ready to fight a battle, and she'll never fight a battle that she doesn't believe she won't win. Or in the reverse, it would be a Queen of Wands who's put herself into or you have put yourself into, or so you have someone in as a third party, you know, as the other woman or other man. Okay, because this is energy. Queen is energy. Doesn't mean it's just for women here. This is men that can be in their Queen of Wands energy. So you might be the other man in the story. We have the Hermit, Two of Cups, the Hierophant, Seeking, the World card, Five of Pentacles, trying to stay committed to each other, in the sense that they're comfortable even though they're been ostracized from the church, kind of thing. They're not allowed to go into the church, but you don't see them suffering. They're naked for the most part that we can see. They're vulnerable. They're vulnerable people, but they have each other to rely on. They're literally leaning on each other. Ace of Cups, learning to self-love so that you can have a brand new beginning offered by the divine in a new love story for you. Knight of Pentacles, taking it slow but successfully leading the way. Six of Pentacles, equal give and take, balance. Four of Pentacles, holding on to whatever it is that's important to you. Back of the deck, the High Priestess, the Six of Wands, Strength, the Queen of Swords, the Empress, the Three of Wands. Okay, so this is kind of like your near future energy in the back of the deck. Okay, so what we have here then is that there's some change and communication. 8 with keeping the faith. So, you're moving forward in a big way. Okay, chasing the butterfly that represents your, you know, basically your meaning or purpose in life, the divine, your ancestral lineage, your guidance. That's all spirit, that you are moving forward, following spirit, following the nudges and urges and whisperings of the spirit. Spirit whispering in your ear, that still small voice inside of you. And this is it's the Ten of Swords. 10 of Swords. So 10 of Swords, you see there's a 10 there, and there's all these spades which represent swords. It's the 10 of Swords. So it's been a betrayal that's caused you to make a change. Look, and there's a big old fish that kind of looks like a dolphin, but more so like, I don't know, it's can you see that? It could be a shark, but it's got a different kind of snout on it. But we could liken it to a shark because it's got really long pointy teeth. Could be a barracuda. But you're having to travel, to move, to go somewheres other than where you've been. You're taking charge, take control, because you have been experiencing some life ordeals, some pain and hardships, the very things that make us grow, that can help us grow. It doesn't necessarily, it will make you grow unless you are open to it. That you want to face your truth and find out how powerful you really are by taking your power back from whoever or whatever you gave it away to, as to why you're in the excuse me, in the Seven of Swords, Knight of Wands energy, with, you know, being with somebody who's like that, is because we attracted them into our life because we had that energy in us, that they saw in you what they are themselves. So it was like a reflection back to them that they could take advantage of you in some way. So before they would be taken advantage of by you or anyone else, they need to be able to take advantage of you first. you see. So they see somebody in you that could be something in you that could have been manipulated. Excuse me. And to have the wool pulled over your eyes. And that could simply mean that you were just, excuse me, honest, innocent, sweet, caring, compassionate, empathetic, good person. Could be a good person, and they saw those wonderful qualities in you, but at the same time those qualities were not balanced in you, and this is why you had to get into this relationship with this person or this situation, maybe a group of people, something that you had to take part of in it, because it was meant to help open your eyes up to what it was that you needed to balance within you. And so you may have a lot of goodness in you, may have wanted to be in the energy of showing as though you care and have compassion, and that you give anybody the shirt off your back, that kind of thing, or that for fear of maybe looking like you might have been a doormat, you made sure that you showed up in other ways that would kind of mask that whole idea that I need to be with somebody, I want to be with somebody, and anyone who pays attention to me, not anyone, but is someone that I'm obviously find interesting and attracted to, pays attention to me, then that must mean true love, right? So it could just be that you needed to be able to open your eyes to seeing that there is more of you that needed to surface in your relationships, because that would be the discerning side of you, the one that discerns, the one that watches for red flags, sees red flags, and doesn't avoid red flags, doesn't push them out of your mind, kind of thing. Red flags of other people's behaviors and their motives towards you, intentions, right? So somebody puts you in somebody put you in either a third party, one or two of you might have been in a third party where you're the other woman or other man, or you're just stepped into the energy of the Queen of Wands, where you said, you know what, I can't, this is not happening anymore. I'm going to be taking back my power from whoever it is I gave it to with the Seven of Swords and Knight of Wands energy. I'm taking back my power. I'm going to stand in my strength, and I'm going to be, come hell or high water, I am going to be respected, because I'm going to move forward in a very respectful, discerning way, showing people that I respect myself, that I have the confidence in me to be able to attract whatever it is that's really good for me, not just people that want to take advantage of me. And so it puts you in like a dark night of the soul energy. The Hermit is a universal archetype that all of us have the Hermit in us. The Hermit is just the shadow part of us that needs to surface, grow, and evolve. So like your inner wounded child. Your soul is somebody who needs to be recognized, acknowledged, and allowed to learn about its own power. And when I say its own power, I'm talking about you, obviously, right? That you have to be able to step into your own power. And you do this with the power of the one within you, right here. That one right there. The whole bunch of them that are guiding you out of the forest and into the clearing, whatever. All right, so out of the forest and into the clearing, you're communicating with the energy that says you have been betrayed, and it's time for you to move on, even if that means actually literally relocating somewhere else. So this was a situation that put you in, the Two of Cups put you into, a love situation that put you into the dark night of the soul, bottom of the barrel. You reach the bottom of the barrel, and there's only one way to go, and that's up. And you're now seeking the light, which the light is going to be comfort It's going to be peace, it's going to be answers, and it's going to be the guidance you need in order for you to come out from the bottom of the barrel with your pain, right? The pain of what happened. The Hierophant, you may be seeking higher knowledge about such things, you know, through a mental health counselor, through your, if you go to church, priest, your Sunday school teacher, and then anyone else, like an actual teacher or the government in some way. But this is a traditional energy where it could be that it just simply means that you're married to this person, this Two of Cups energy, married to that person, that you may be leaving that chapter behind you with the World energy. But I do believe that you're actually connecting, because you got to keep the faith. The faith is about trusting that there is a higher, purpose and meaning to your life, but a higher being that's in charge of all that. There's a faith that it is within us and all around us all the time. It's always there talking to us, communicating with us, always. And so it doesn't matter wherever you go, it's always whispering to you about what's best for your next step forward. What's the best decision or choice to make for your next step forward? Guidance, right? And so you put in the chapter of being in a difficult situation, Leo, that has left you feeling a little bit raw, painful, in pain. But you had decided that, and beat up, right, with the Nine of Wands, you have decided to step into an energy of if you're the husband in this relationship, then you are stepping into the energy of the Emperor, not just as a husband, but you're stepping into the energy of an Emperor, saying that I am going to take charge of my life now. I have been giving it away to someone or something else far too often or for far too long. And whether you're a man or a woman, you can still be stepping into your Emperor energy, because it's energy. So you are evolving as a result of all your hardships, okay, your personal hardships. Whether it would be this particular relationship, but everything else before that, if this is just your most recent, right? So you put that chapter behind you. You have decided to this is testing your faith, right? This is about testing your faith. Where was it? That was this one here. It says it's a test of faith. So your faith is being tested about your connection to your inner divinity, about your connection to the divine. And when you can turn to the divine and say, help me, I'm in pain, I need some peace and calm in my life, I need to be able to walk away strong and confident from this. And the divine says, okay, just follow me. Follow me. There's the divine, there's you, following them, the divine, I say them, the divine, in a big way. So faith is big. Faith is huge. When you can have faith, it's one thing to trust, but you got to be able to trust and leave it there on the doorstep. That's faith. So when you trust that something's going to happen and you leave it in the divine's hands, for example, to manage it, right? To deal with it, to organize it, and for your benefit, right? And the benefit of all is going to be fair for everybody. And when you do that, you say, I trust that I can put this in your hands, but I'll have faith knowing that you've got it for me. You got my back, and I just can carry on and work on improving my life in this area of my life, if this is relationship focus for you. Because otherwise, you have been feeling like someone looking in from the outside, that your relationships haven't been working for you, but you're going to find somebody here they might also be a type of person who's been feeling like they've been left out too. Left out in the cold, that they have had one relationship after another that's kind of failed, and they're maybe, what do they say, shy once, something, yeah, twice shy. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Twice shy. Something about failing and then twice shy. Fail once, twice shy. I don't remember what the saying is. But it's going to be somebody else who's in that energy that they're trying to overcome their vulnerability and to seek from within to help you overcome your vulnerabilities, but to not be pushing your vulnerabilities down to the point where you put walls up around your heart. That is the true test of faith. That you continue to be emotionally vulnerable, emotionally available, even though emotionally you were stabbed in the heart a few times, right here, by somebody who was in that Seven of Swords and Knight of Wands energy. Those two right beside each other, they speak of the negative. Altruistically, you can't look at this altruistically, and I say that altruistically for the Seven of Swords if you're not someone who regularly listens to my channel, but this person in this story is one who steals all the swords from the enemy camp so that the enemies cannot fight your side. In other words, the two can't fight and shed blood and people die and all this sort of stuff, and the destruction of the land and others claiming territory to the land that has been with other people for generations. It's like trying to prevent the bloodshed and misgivings, misguided efforts of trying to conquer other lands that would take it away from the people who've been there forever and ever, right? For generations, which isn't fair. So I know that's evolution of the world, but these people depend on their land, and they've been farming it and living it and loving it all their lives traditionally, and then there's an enemy clan coming in and saying, we want your land, you need to get out of here or else we'll kill you, right? So that's what the Seven of Swords guy is trying to do, trying to prevent that from happening. So you may end up with somebody here that is going to be someone that you can rely on to have your back, to be able to rest your worries and concerns about being hurt with them, on top of the fact that you are following your inner guidance, that intuition, right? Intuition, inner guidance. Because the divine says you do that, we're going to open up an offering to you, an offering of you. This is like, by trusting your intuition, it says you are learning to love yourself. Trusting that inner guidance is learning to love yourself. So you keep doing that, keep turning inward for any answers or solutions, guidance, then that's telling the divine that you have a very serious commitment to the fact that you believe the divine exists within you, and that the divine is there for you, and that the divine loves you. That is what you're telling the divine. So the divine says you love yourself. You come to know these things about your inner divinity, the very soul within you. And you're learning to trust that. Having faith in it is about making sure you always put your troubles and sorrows in the divine's hands and walk away from it, moving on with your life. That's the faith part, is that being able to not be holding a grudge, not be holding on to the pain and the anger and the sorrow of a past, or even if it's very near past past situation that's done, you feel has done you wrong, that you had to walk away from, by saying that it does me no good to continue to stew in this energy of he or she did this, did that, should have did this, shouldn't have done that kind of thing to me, and now this is where I am. Holding on to that is just causing you to stay small and ineffective in your life. And whatever, if you stay small and ineffective in your life, Leo, you end up attracting small and other people who are small as well, because they hold on tight to their anger and their pain, wearing it like I don't know, like something that they deserve to like a medal, right? A medal that soldiers put on their lapels or uniforms, holding on to it like that and saying, look at the pain I've been through. I've been through more pain than you because I have one of these on my uniform. So small people who are holding tight onto their pain. So when you attract somebody else, you may not know that right away, but in time, when you get to know them, they start showing, because we always like to show our best selves. We put a lot of effort into showing our best selves when we're meeting other people, but after a time we can't keep it up because it's just a mask, and there's really no substance behind it, because we still have all these beliefs about and anger about what's happened to us in our life, and therefore why we need to be wary of other people. So we start showing what they say, the true colors, and you'll find out that your person is holding on to a lot of anger and baggage of their own that they brought into the relationship with them, as you are. And so the two of you are going to eventually start bickering and fighting, and just not being able to understand each other, although both of you are coming from the same kind of energy, which is really interesting, right? So that's a karmic relationship, one that's only to come into your life because it's meant to teach you something about yourself, to show you what it is that you need to let go of. You need to rise above and become a better, more well-rounded version of who you are by giving it that pain and your beliefs about what's happened to you and how you've been done wrong, which of course you have. I'm not saying you haven't, but you have to say, this is what's happened to me, and I know people believe me and they acknowledge that about me, but for me just to keep hanging on to it and wearing it like a medal on my uniform is just going to end up keeping me small, and then I'm going to attract another lover into my life who is going to be very much in the same resonance as I am at that point in time. So if I don't want that to happen, because possibly that's what was going on here, this was meant to teach you to rise above and seek your inner guidance, your inner clarity about such things, and follow it. Move if you have to another place. Relocate. Change your job. If you're in an apartment building where people know you as so-and-so with so-and-so, or your so-and-so lives there too or lives with you, move somewhere. And that's basically what the divine is saying here, is that because you've been betrayed, you might feel like your whole community has betrayed you. In any respect, just relocate and have a fresh start. Relocate, have a fresh start, and the communication that you're looking for will come in because you're actually taking action that shows that you care for yourself. You are learning to love yourself, you're learning to care for yourself, you're learning to respect yourself, and you're learning to be more confident, and you're increasing your self-esteem so that you become a larger, not the little, a larger magnet that starts attracting bigger love, big loves from somebody. Six of Pentacles may be somebody that's coming in that's going to take things slow with you, but they're the type of person, they're committed. You can rely on this one here to be committed, and they value whatever they're pursuing, they value it. So they'll value you. They're pursuing love with you. They'll value that love with you, and that'll be a bigger love. Okay, a bigger love that when you step into this energy right here, you'll have a bigger love that you're attracted to here. Okay, so this this is like the both of you cannot go here, but that's the past. You don't need to go there anymore. You need to be together. You need to be able to back each other up and support each other. And that's, you know, you do that, you find that with somebody when you take things slow, don't rush into anything. And that's one thing you'll be learning too, because the Knight of Wands, that's about rushing. You may have rushed into this, they might have swept you off your feet, and you really just didn't leave you a chance to like sit there and have a think about this. Like you were just wrapped up in the whirlwind of it, and it just felt all really good and exciting and stuff like that, but you never really sat down and said, how did this happen? You don't want to sit down and think about it either, because you know, like it's like you don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, right? You just want to accept that it's happening and be okay with that and go along with it. But before, you were probably being breadcrumbed by this person here. Okay, but with the Six of Pentacles, there's no breadcrumbing here with this person. You're going to be able to look, you know, you're going to be able to hold on to what you value. Whatever you value, you're going to be able to hold on to it. And if you value moving slowly with your deep appreciation of who you are, loving yourself, saying, I need to take care of my needs. That's loving yourself. I need to make sure that I follow what I feel I need from this relationship. Not to be one who just gives the person whatever they want and they breadcrumb you in return. Like that. So there's going to be a balance here, an equal give and take with you and this person, and you can hold on to your values. Because you're a beautiful, loving Leo person, right? You just got swept away or taken advantage of here when you were younger or in a vulnerable place. Even if it was recently, in a vulnerable place. Maybe you lost your job and somebody just showed up. And they seem like to be the answer to help make you feel better about you. And then the High Priestess here is all about you leaning in on your intuition. The High Priestess doesn't speak, really. They keep their secrets, because only people who are ready to receive that kind of wisdom, because they can see through the veil of what is, of what really is. The purpose of all of this, right? You get the purpose of all of this. You start getting nudges of, I see why this is happening. Even just this tarot card reading might be opening up some aha moments for you, kind of thing, or just confirming something that you might have thought was what it was, and I may be saying something that makes you say, yeah, okay, you know, I wondered about that, or I thought that too. Six of Wands, victory and success, being acknowledged for having, you know, moved along in a way that left the betrayal behind and put all of your pain and woes and sadness and feeling of being left out of life, like love, for example, put all that into the Divine's hands, seeking, trusting and having faith that the guidance that you seek will show up just when you need it. And now look at you. You're intuiting what this is all about, what this is for. You're learning some wisdom. You're gaining wisdom about life and the pursuit of happiness, right? So the happiness, Six of Wands, the strength and courage, you're going to be moving forward with some veracity. And the Queen of Swords is you stepping into the energy of, you know, I seek the truth. I seek the truth, but I am still a very fair individual, because I'm not shutting people out. Not shutting people out. I'm not going to have those walls up because of the pain I've been in, because I decided to take care of myself, love myself enough to say, what is it that I need, that I've got to make sure I do not, you know, that you don't Oh, for God's sake, that you don't compromise on. Yes, that you don't compromise on. You're going to be compromising as the Queen of Swords energy, yes, but there are going to be certain values that you're going to be holding on to, and there will not be any compromises. It's kind of like having the boundaries, okay? Healthy boundaries in place. That's you, Queen of Swords, seeking the truth, speaking your truth, expecting the truth, okay? The Empress, that's you becoming a feminine marriage material, a wife, spouse material. You got the Emperor and the Empress here. You're now, even though you've been a wounded warrior, but every single of these wands have been hardships and lessons that you have learned one way or the other, you know, that you can say it was another notch on my belt kind of thing, but I take my belt with me because I use it to hold my pants up, right? But I keep walking forward because my pants aren't falling down and I'm not tripping over them. It's because I have a belt that I have been wearing for a long time, and it's like the Six of Swords imagery where you see the people in the boat and the swords are in the boat with them. Those swords are the life lessons that they're taking with them from the hardships, that they're moving from rough waters to the calmer waters, emotional waters, with the hardships that they've learned from, that they're going to say, I know now what I need to look at, I need to see, I need to acknowledge, like red flags, right? And I know now what I want because I know now what I don't want. Without knowing what you don't want, it's very difficult sometimes to know what you do want. So you're getting that kind of wisdom through this experience here, and it's evolving you into both energies, balanced energy. Because of the hardships, you are now and deciding to keep the faith, okay? Making sure that you give it and leave it in the Divine's hands, waiting for that light of inspiration, guidance, right? To show up just when you need it, and you'll be intuiting what it is that you need to do when you need to do it. And that's what you're going to be doing, okay? So the Empress and Emperor energy, that's you. Totally balanced in the highest energies, best and highest energy. Now, you're not going to stay in that balanced energy every minute of the day. You'll move in and out of it throughout the day, unless you are already a Buddha, okay? And likely not, okay? But the Three of Wands here is saying, I'm looking to the future. This is near future stuff. I'm looking to the future, and I'm preparing myself. I'm preparing myself with loving myself so that I will have a new beginning to attract somebody who not only can I love, but they're going to love me back in the way I deserve to be loved. You have got the guidance. You've got the, like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to do. I'm seeking the truth. And you're very attractive, by the way, to this person that's going to come through with the Knight of Wands, or Knight of Pentacles. And you are with all of this, oh, pardon me, you got the Strength and the High Priestess energy here as well. The Hierophant, you know, with faith in your back pocket. You have all of this, you've got all of this. That's a whole lot of energy right here that's prepared you for your move forward, your adventurous life in love, in the area of love. So it's like, looks really good, guys. I'm very excited for you because you deserve it. After what you've been through, you definitely deserve it. Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, Empress. And so you're going to be meeting somebody in the near future who is going to be able to but will match your energy of what it is that you've grown into, okay? And you have to do it with faith. Faithfulness that whatever pain you've been experiencing along the way up until this point even is something that you have to walk away from. You have to put it in the Divine's hand and say, I'm entrusting this to you, but by turning away and walking and continuing to live my life, that's living it in faith, knowing that the divine's got your back. So I hope that makes clarity. That's clear to you. I hope this is helpful. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.